News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. The one of 4 circuit court terms is about to be underway in just a couple of weeks in Columbus.
The process takes a long time to prepare for. Our Jory Talley joins us now live from the Lowndes County Courthouse with more on exactly what it takes to get circuit court going.
Prepping for court is just like prepping for any sports game. It requires a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and many key players to make it all possible. Around 300 to 350 cases are on the docket and split between 3 judges.
Each of them have 2 weeks here, and so their cases are divided out among them. And preparation takes place beforehand with the indictments and actually typing the docket and getting all the information ready for the attorneys and the judges.
Getting all of the information together requires many people and many offices.
The clerk's office and the prosecutor's office, the district attorney's office, and the criminal defense attorneys, as well as the judges and the judges' staff as well, court administrator. She basically sets all of the cases that we have, gives them a court date.
But before any of that happens, the prep work has to be done. The district attorney's office says getting ready for circuit court is an ongoing process. They usually start getting ready for a term 2 months beforehand.
Review that docket and review my files. Talk to the victims, talk to the officers, make sure that I am well versed on the facts of each of those cases because they're going to come up next term on the docket.
District Attorney's Office investigator Stephen Woodruff says once people get into the courtroom, they don't realize what all went into making it happen.
I go through everybody's court docket because maybe 1 out of every 10 people on that docket is in prison. So I may have to do a transport order and get them brought back on the specific day that they're supposed to be back. There's a lot of moving parts to getting ready for.
Once the court date gets here, all of the players get set in their positions.
We all work together, and when court actually begins, then we come to court. We have to interact with the defense attorneys and the judges and everybody here that's during court time.
Another big part of circuit court is serving people to be there. Sergeant Mike Lawler works for the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department Civil Process Division. He issues all of the civil process and criminal subpoenas for circuit court throughout the city and county. Lawler has already issued all of the subpoenas for this upcoming circuit court term.
Usually in a court term it varies whether you have a 3-week term or 4-week term, but I have served as many as 250 to 300 subpoenas in a court term, including grand jury subpoenas.
Lawler says he served 65 subpoenas before in just 1 day. If someone fails to appear in court, then the judge can order a bench warrant and other consequences. Reporting live in Columbus, Jory Talley, WCBI News.
All right, Jory, thanks so much for that report. A North Lamar Rescue Squad volunteer is accused of taking a patient's medicine. 26-year-old Dusty Nicole Sizemore is charged with theft of property, 2nd degree, and possession of a controlled substance. Soledad Assistant Police Chief Tracy Taylor says an officer was dispatched to Rebecca Lane Wednesday. A person at the home claimed that one of the Rescue Squad volunteers on scene stole some medicine. Taylor says people were interviewed at the home and a search was conducted. She would not release where the medicine was found or what led to the call. The North Lamar Rescue Squad is a volunteer-based service that provides basic medical care. Taylor says she was informed that Sizemore was suspended from the organization pending an investigation.
Columbus police say counterfeit bills are showing up in town. In the past week, a Noxubee County man noticed some of the change he got back from a purchase was fake. It was a bogus $20 bill. Assistant Chief Fred Shelton says if you come across phony cash, turn it in to the police station right away or the money will just keep circulating.
He gave me the $90 change out of the 100, which were correct, but one of the 20s was fake. It had most picture wrote on it where the United States of America go.
Depending on the quality of the counterfeit money, some of it is obvious and some of it is not.
Yeah. Let him hold the other end of it. I'll just talk about it for a few seconds. That might be all we have.
A police report was filed in that investigation. Shelton says there are ways to spot a fake. You can hold the dollar bill or the bill up to a light. If you see a holograph and a vertical line, then it's real.
The Columbus Forensic Lab has been in a big need for new workers. Well, this week they received good news. They got approved to hire 2 new workers here at the Crime Lab. Coming up tonight on WCBI News at 9 and 10, I'll tell you about the impact those new hires will have on the department.
The money to pay those new crime lab workers may come at a cost to city taxpayers. Columbus councilmen take the first steps toward a $2 million tax increase. The additional money would add $384,000 to the city's budget. Sales tax revenues are up in Columbus, but city leaders are planning to hire additional firefighters and police officers. Before the council can approve a budget, it must hear the budget request from the Columbus School Board. Time for a first look at our forecast on this Thursday. We'll turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Speaking of Columbus, a live look with our Alpha Insurance camera looking back to the west. Some threatening clouds, I guess you could say, but not really a lot going on in our area aside from a few spotty showers, some localized downpours there between Grenada and Water Valley, and also some additional blips down there southwest of Louisville. The heaviest rain near Meridian and Point South and East. Now, we saw the risk for a little bit of rain this evening, but most of us will not see any additional rain today, it would appear at this time. Upper 70s to low and mid 80s right now, and you can see with our planner, the rain chances go away. We fall back into the low 70s. Your full forecast is coming up.
Inmates have been killed and injured in garbage truck accidents, that is, here in North Mississippi. Now Clay County wants to better protect those inmates.
Our Victoria Bailey learns more about the new safety measures the county wants to add. She joins us in the studio with more.
Joey, Andrea, at one point or another, we've all been caught behind a garbage truck. Now you may have seen small platforms on the back of the truck and one handle rail on each side used for inmates picking up trash. Well, now the Clay County Sheriff says that's not safe enough. Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott wants the trustees working on the back of garbage trucks to be safe while on the job.
We have our inmates out there working. Their safety is always a major concern of ours with the amount of traffic and stuff we have on the road.
An inmate in George County was killed in an accident, causing the Mississippi Department of Corrections to reevaluate their trustee policies.
MDLC decided that we need to do more to kind of strengthen up the safety of our workers that's on the back of these garbage trucks.
In the supervisor board meeting Tuesday, Scott suggested adding standing cages and additional reflective lights on the trucks. He also suggested a tracking system be added to the dump trucks, one he's already had great success with in his department.
The automatic vehicle locator, this device helps us track our vehicles. It aids the dispatchers in knowing where our units are, where possibly they can dispatch quicker. But it also gives me a history. I can go back and look and see exactly where our cars were, what the speed they was running, how long they was there.
Scott says they're assembling the cages now and working toward more training for both inmates and truck drivers. He says though inmates have committed a crime, they still have so much to offer the area.
The inmate labor that the county has, I mean, it provides so much for the county. And I ask the public, you know, just be aware that these guys are here working not just only on the garbage trucks. They're out here, they're actually helping mow the side of the roads, they're helping clean out ditches. They're always in potential harm's way.
Now, Sheriff Scott goes on to say the new additions will be tested once a month to ensure they are in proper working order. The project should be complete by early September. Guys.
Downtown Tupelo is rocking tonight with 2 of the state's top young blues artists.
We take a live look when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. It's about as close to a guaranteed good time as you can get tonight in Tupelo. It is the latest edition of Down on Main.
Tonight's show definitely has some Mississippi flavor. Our Allie Martin is live in Fair Park with a preview. Allie.
Thank you much. I'm here on the stage at Fair Park. It is Down on Main. This is the second of 3 summertime concerts here at Fair Park. And joining me right now is Sip. You know, it was raining earlier, but the sun is out. No need to get the blues, right, Sip?
No need to get the blues. Glad the sun came out and we just ready to have some fun here today.
That's right. Now, you've been busy. You got here from Canada. You're in Tupelo. What can people expect tonight here at Down on Main, Fair Park?
A very high energy, fun-filled concert. I mean, we're going to bring the energy, excitement, And the blues, nothing but the blues.
That's right. Now, you used to do gospel, you got into the blues, but they're kind of the same, right? I mean, really, a lot of the music goes back to blues and gospel. You talk about Elvis, he was influenced by those.
Oh yes, blues and gospel is like first cousins. They're so close kin, and I'm grateful to be able to share both, you know, the gospel roots as well as the blues roots now, touching lives all over the world.
That's right. Well, it starts tonight. Kingfish opens up, and then you will headline. Give us a little bit now. You know, if I'm saying, man, it was raining earlier, I got the blues, what would you do with that? I got the blues in Fair Park. Oh, yeah, Fair Park. All right, we're going to throw it back to you. Come out here tonight, down on Main.
All right, back in Tupelo, you can see the scene that Allie just described there downtown. The sky looking pretty nice for the event this evening. Let's hope we can keep those showers at bay. I think we will. The pattern, though, will be holding firm. More showers and storms in the forecast. The full forecast is next.
Alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Passing clouds here this afternoon in Vernon, Alabama. Our Alpha Insurance camera there at Durham's Pharmacy. Not too bad of a day. We have seen some showers and storms around, some locally heavy downpours. But speaking of the clouds, a lot of these will tend to thin out a little bit by late this evening. And I think that overall pattern will continue as we get into the next couple of days. Perfect timing for the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. That actually is Saturday night or Sunday morning. Maybe up to 80 per hour. Now, this meteor shower has been ongoing, so you still may see some tonight or the next night, but it will peak on Saturday night here. Most numerous after midnight will be those meteors, but by midnight, the moon will rise, and that could obscure whatever is out there. So just be aware, the meteor shower is going to peak this weekend. All right, let's talk about the rainfall situation and the drought situation. Just some abnormally dry territory here, Tupelo, New Albany, Pontotoc, and Oxford. This is the only area on the map this week. That's certainly good news in the Twin State region. And we actually squeezed out some moisture in some of these rather dry spots, maybe 1 to 2+ inches in some of these localized locations here southeast of Oxford, south of Pontotoc. Now, other spots didn't see anything, so you really had to get underneath the core of one of these showers today to get some of that heavier rain. And also down in the Golden Triangle area too, some spots seeing close to an inch or more. Other spots not seeing hardly anything. Same story tomorrow. We start out in the 70s, back into the mid 80s by noon, upper 80s to around 90 by 4 o'clock. Just a little bit warmer, but still that chance of rain for your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There you go. The overall pattern not really changing too much. A cluster of showers holding tough here right over Grenada Lake. And we also have some additional activity back to the southwest of Louisville right there. And also near Kosciuszko. And we've been watching some showers over here blow up in Fayette County, Alabama, right there. Those are moving to the east, but we still have the chance for a little bit of rain through the next couple of hours. The heaviest rain by far along and south of I-20. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s to the low and mid 80s, down into the low 70s tonight. What activity we do have will tend to fade away this evening. Patchy fog possible later on tonight, so be aware of that. And there's our forecast for your Friday. Mid and upper 80s with a chance for some scattered showers and storms. Upper 80s to around 90 for your Saturday and Sunday. Rain chances continue next week, and we remain at or below average for the next 7 days. There's your forecast. Sports is next.
We are 7 stops away from completing the 2017 high school football tour as the new season just 1 week away from kicking off. Tonight, our last team preview from Region 2 4A checks in with the Itawamba AHS Indians on stop number 53.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
The tradition established at Itawamba AHS has made the Indians football program a perennial power, and they're in the same position as seasons past going into 2017, reloading. Itawamba will have to replace a stout 22-member senior class that showcased the likes of star athlete Caleb Whittle and quarterback Austin King. But head coach Clint Hoots believes his team is up for the challenge.
It's going to be hard to replace them. We got 12 seniors this year, so it's going to be a little smaller senior class, but we've got a good group of them. A good group of guys that's been, those 12 guys have been coming every day and lifting and working and working hard to get ready, and they know the expectations don't drop, and that's something that we've kind of built to. We expect to be in the mix in the division, which we expect to to play for a division championship or compete for one.
It's going to be tough because we lost Caleb, and it's going to be a tough receiver to replace. We got a junior, first-time starter as a quarterback this year, so it's going to be tough, but I think we'll be fine.
At first-time starter at quarterback is Jackson Orr, who has a familiar last name around Fulton, as his brother has also played at Itawamba. Having the likes of Lane Domino, LaMarcus Rhodes, and Jamal Shumpert all returning for the Indians will help nurture a young quarterback, as nothing has changed on or off the field at Itawamba.
Everybody's real tight and close together. It's a real small circle, and we do a lot of things together, so that's what's special about it, and the pride.
We do have a lot of leaders. We're going to continue building leadership and just come together as a team, and just like Jamal said, just come as togetherness, and I think we're going to be good there.
The thing about Itawamba is, and ever since I got here, it's been a reoccurring theme, and through the years that we fought hard. We did. We had a lot of fight about us. The community expects it out of them, and that's what we try to push across, and they really buy into that. They're going to play as hard as they can and let it fall where it lays in the fourth quarter.
And it's that fourth quarter, the tail end of the season, that Coach Hoots wants his team honing in on for 2017. The Indians have flown out of the gates the last two seasons with a combined 9-0 start to the year. Itawamba has made the playoffs 11 straight seasons but failed to notch a victory in the postseason in the last two. This year, the Indians hope the ball bounces their way on the road to a title.
That's what makes the high school playoffs in Mississippi so special, is because you never know from week to week what's going to happen, and what teams are going to get hot at the right time. So that's the thing we've been talking about this year a lot, is finish. We've come out the gates real hot the last 2 years, and then that's something we would try to address as coaching staff this year, and getting our guys ready for the postseason.
Itawamba AHS will start the season with a 2-game homestand against Ripley, then New Albany, before traveling to Saltillo to kick off the month of September. In Fulton on the high school football tour, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports.
60 Schools in 60 Days with Itawamba Agricultural High School was brought to you by North Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, Van Atkins Jewelers in New Albany, and On the Square in Oxford, and Farmers and Merchants Bank.
More rain. There you go. Okay, at least a chance of rain. Not everybody's going to get one of these downpours over the next couple of days, but there's a pretty decent chance for some of these showers and storms again. Warm and humid, mid to upper 80s.
Our wish for rain is your command.
Mother Nature is taking care of us this year, unlike last August where the rain just stopped. So consider ourselves lucky.
Yeah. Even the fish are getting tired of all this water.
Are they?
Just keep swimming.
Exactly.
We say, all right.
All right, thanks, Keith. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.
Hey, folks.